What'd you find? What'd you find? You like that? Yeah. Good morning. It is Tuesday, I think. I think it's Tuesday. Early. It's like 6:30 right now. Me and Hannah are the ones awake. I'm just getting ready for work. And she discovered the badoing doing on the door, which is hilarious. Nope. Now she's got a towel. Look at you! Look at that strong girl! Yeah! Yeah. You're trying to break out of prison? Uh-huh. Hi. Hi. You. Well, hello you guys. It has been quite some time since I have sat down and chatted with you. Let's see. So much has happened. I want to kind of catch you guys up on everything, not just for you, but for me to look back as well. I love having my videos just available, edited, and looking at them, and it's fun sometimes to go back and look at them. So what you saw the first like 8 minutes of this video was every time I've tried to pick up the camera to do like a day in the life or try to update you guys or something, that's all I got. That was, I think, like 5 different days. There was a hospital stay in there, and then the last clip just before this one was the follow-up appointment with their neurologist. So it has just been a crazy past about 5-6 weeks. So if you are new and this is the first video that you are watching of mine, my name is Nicole. I am a single mom to 4 children aged 16, 14, 6, and my daughter, who has epilepsy, is 1. She's actually about 14 months. Just a second, it's my mom. Okay, so I think a couple videos ago, I'll try to remember to post an iCard up here, getting personal with my family, with my daughter, my 14-month-old little miss Hannah. She has been on YouTube with me since she was in my tummy, and she was recently diagnosed with epilepsy. She also has a subchorionic subchorionic cyst located in like the upper back part of her brain. We are in contact with a neurosurgeon. At this time there is not surgery needed, so we're gonna monitor that. She has another MRI to check up on that. Did she call me? Please hold. My mom says call me. Hello. I'm doing very important business, making a video for YouTube, Mom.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, 20 minutes later, no idea where I was. Talking about Hannah, I think, updating you guys on kind of what's been going on with her. So, yeah, she was kind of recently diagnosed with epilepsy, neurosurgeon. We are rechecking that through another MRI. We're gonna do, I think that's either gonna be in December or January. So that way they're 6 months apart. They can measure the cyst and see if it's growing, see if it's shrinking, gone, what it's doing, and if it's causing any problems. So when we started on medication, we started on Keppra. So Keppra, I am told, is kind of the all-around first medication that they will start you with when you have seizures. Ours was a generic version of that. I don't think that really mattered. But anyhow, so she was taking Keppra. We started off at a higher dose and then had to go down because she wasn't doing good on it. She was just having some adverse reactions, just very tired, very lethargic, and things like that. So we kind of did it a little bit slower and worked up to that initial dose. And she seemed like okay on it, but she was still having these kind of like fit episodes that I wasn't sure if they were seizures. I wasn't sure kind of what they were doing. Her dad had showed one of the videos to a pediatrician that he knows personally, and she was saying that she thought that maybe they were gas and, you know, like constipation problems, which is another problem that she has. They didn't seem very seizure-like, but I wasn't sure because they looked the same as you know, what I was concerned with and what I brought to the attention of her pediatrician. And then she was, you know, eventually through an EEG diagnosed with epilepsy. Anyhow, so we kept her on the Keppra, and then let's see, eventually we added another medication, and I forget. Oh, okay, so
she was sleeping, and she had woken up and she was just like not herself. She was doing a lot of her like, and she wasn't really crying. She was kind of out of it. I couldn't really get her to like calm down. She wasn't rigid or anything like that, but it was very concerning. And then she kind of like calmed down, and then she was just like out of it, and then she went and did that kind of over again, and they were each lasting about 5 to 7 minutes. And so I called her neurologist and let them know that this is what happened. We had been talking about introducing a second medication, you know, if the first medication, the Keppra, wasn't reducing the seizures. So they put in an order for oxycarbazepine, which is another seizure medication, more for, I believe, the focal seizures, which is the seizures that she was having. And so we started on that. So then she was on the 2 medications, and she seemed to be doing pretty good. She was still having the kind of uncomfortable fits, which me and her dad were not really sure if it was gas or if they were seizures. And essentially the video that you saw where she was in the hospital, she's got like her head all bundled up. It looked super serious. It wasn't, I mean, it was sad, and you could kind of see like how lethargic she was. For the most part, she was happy. The second day we were there, I was there for 2 whole days and 2 whole nights. I was there for a long time, it felt like, and she was hooked up. So that all of that contraption was them doing a video EEG, and you saw like the little piece where you could see her sleeping. It was the only way I could get her, was she co-sleeps with me. So I think I was recording that at like 4 in the morning. It was bad. But they gave me like a little button to push. So they're monitoring her brain activity, and I'm pushing a button every time I noticed. And the reason that we ended up going to the hospital in the first place was because she was laying on me, and she was like doing this like pressing into me, but it was like very like jerky, and seemed very uncontrolled. And then she was just kind of like making some weird breathing noises. So I called my neighbor over, who is such a big help. Just kind of had her like as a second person. She said, you know what, I think let's call 911. We were advised if it seemed like she was having any differentiating in her seizure activity, to call 911, get her to the hospital. And the hospital is pretty far away. It's like a 30-minute drive, even in the middle of the night. So that's what I did. I called 911. They said it didn't seem like she was having a seizure, but she was still making like these jerky movements like that. And you know, I was like, I understand, but I want to get her monitored. So they took her on the ambulance, and because it's so far, I drove my car. She was comfortable, she was safe. And then we went to the hospital, and then she kind of had like 3 what I felt like were what I'm used to seeing for her seizures, 3 episodes in the room. And you know, they had to take her blood, which put her into one, and then it was like a couple of other things, and they were like flashing lights in her eyes, and she wasn't reacting. So it was very scary. Thankfully her vitals looked pretty good the entire time. But they put us up in the room, and they said that they were going to do a 24-hour EEG. We were scheduled to do a 4-day EEG coming up in the middle of September. Thankfully we don't have to do that anymore, because we ended up doing this, and it was actually more like 30 hours. All in all, she had no seizures. So everything that I was noticing was, they were saying, was behavioral. It was not seizure activity. There was no jumps or anything like that. And I was grateful, but then also very confused, because I'm like, okay, well, what brought me in were episodes like this when I first got her diagnosed with epilepsy, and she's still having those episodes. So I need to know what's going on. Yes, babe. Cameron's out there painting. All the other kids are gone for right now, so I'm trying to like do this video, not make it too long, and it's probably gonna be long. So anyways, so yeah, it was, you know, confusing. So then we had a follow-up, which was the last part of the video that you saw, was the follow-up with her neurologist. And we went in and were able to kind of talk with her doctor, and you know, get an understanding of like, you know, what are these episodes that are happening? If they're not seizure activity, what is it? We ended up taking her off of the Keppra during the 24-hour EEG to monitor her, and because none of us felt like the Keppra was doing anything, so we took her off of that one, and now she's only on the one medication, which is the oxycarbazepine. And so she's just on that one medication. She still takes allergy medication, and then she's also on 2 different medications to help with her GI tract. So that is kind of where everything got like pushed to. We're of course still going to be monitored. We're also still, oh my gosh, there's so much I have to like catch you guys up on. Oh, we had done, it's called an organic acid test, OAT. It's a urine test. We had it done twice at 2 different labs at 2 completely different times for the baby, and they came back with some abnormalities in it that show either something possibly wrong in her mitochondrial DNA or something like a metabolic. So we are trying to get in with the geneticist / metabolic doctor up in Phoenix. It is a task and a half. They won't even schedule us. We've been referred. My neurologist, or her neurologist, even called them and tried to push it up and give it some urgency, and they still, I mean, that was like 2 months ago, a month ago maybe, I don't know. But they're not even calling people to schedule until February. So that's going nowhere. But the best part, the most exciting part, the part that just like brings me and our family so much joy is that she is advancing and she's doing great. She's on her own curve and for everything, but she is eating so good. I've been getting her to like eat her meals, and she's just like, she's starting to identify what the foods are and what she likes, and she goes right for it. Like, she really loves avocado, she loves bananas, she loves eggs, so when she sees it on her plate, she gets really happy and she will eat those. She is I don't want to say she's nonverbal, but she definitely has a speech delay, which is another thing that we're looking into for her. I don't want to exploit my child in any way, so I never want her to go back and watch these and be like embarrassed about anything. Hannah, if you're ever watching this, I love you, sweetheart. You're perfect the way you are. I'm so grateful that God gave me you as my baby girl, and I will cherish you forever. I never want her to feel insecure about any of those things because they're what make her her, and we love it. She is the happiest baby I think I've ever met in my entire life. I truly, like, I'm trying to think if I've ever met. I mean, I've seen a couple babies online that seem pretty happy, but I have her, you know, a majority of the time, and she is such a happy baby. She's such a delight. She's starting to like do like things and then laugh because she knows she's being funny, which is just the sweetest thing. She hates getting her diapers changed, so she likes to roll away from that. But she's pulling up, she's walking along anything, she pulls up on everything. She hasn't taken any steps yet, but she's definitely getting closer and closer, and I think at the latest checkup she was 19 pounds. So she's growing, she's doing good, she's healthy, all of her blood work looks good. So we're really happy with her progress, and right now we're just kind of chilling and just monitoring things. Being on just the one medication seems to be just fine. She doesn't seem to have any episodes, so that's good. Thank you so much for all of your prayers and all of your love and all of your thoughts about me, my family, my baby girl. It means the world to us. So grateful. Sorry, I choked on water. So anyways, my foster girls, so they went home. They're home, they're doing great. I am in contact with their mom and dad, and she sends me pictures randomly and, you know, checks in on us, and the girls are doing really good. It was a quick kind of switch. I had hit just kind of a wall, and I don't want to say like too much online because you never know what's going to get used against you, but it was just, there was a point when all of this was going on with Hannah that I realized that I really needed to be able to be there for her more than I was, not just physically but mentally. And when you have foster children, especially being a single mom, you can't leave them. Not that I would just like leave them on their own, but I have 2 older kids that are perfectly capable of keeping an eye on a 5 and a 2-year-old, but you're not allowed to do that. So these middle of the night emergency trips with the baby were causing a problem because I was having to like wake my neighbors up or wake my mom up to come over and help, and I was getting very overwhelmed. And then the start of the job, and then hearing that something might be wrong with her her mitochondrial DNA, which is like detrimental. It was too much, and it was a lot. And so I had talked to my family specialist, and I was like, you know, I know that they're supposed to go home soon. Can we make it happen faster? Or can we figure something out? Because I'm not able to be the mom that they need right now, because I am so I'm just a mess. And you know, it was a hard admission. It's hard to admit here for anybody who might scrutinize me, you know, going into this knowing that I was a single mom. But I didn't go into it knowing that my daughter was going to be special needs and was going to be, you know, in and out of the emergency room. So, you know, the girls were loved, the girls were taken care of and all of that, but to be able to devote like individual attention and stuff like that to all 6 of the kids was getting very, very difficult, and I understand that. And you know, I prayed a lot about it, and I talked to my family specialist, and we were actually able, because the parents were doing so good. If you guys are watching this, you're amazing. I'm so proud of you. But you know, the parents were doing so good, and we were just kind of waiting on a court date, which was like 2 months away. So we just pushed it up, and they got to go home, and I'm so grateful. They're so happy, and we miss them. They were such a delight, but my world is like a lot calmer, and I'm able to focus on Hannah a lot more, and then my other children as well. So I am still keeping my foster license. I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon. I, you know, hope to foster in the future, but right now I need to know what's going on with Hannah. I would like the results, you know, from the geneticist. I would like the results after the neurosurgeon looks at her next MRI. So there are a lot of things. And that brings me to, I think, like my last big news, which I mentioned in my last video, is that my mom lives here, and I'm so thrilled. It's nuts. It's crazy. I'll have to like sit down with her one day, maybe do a video and talk to you guys about our relationship and our just restoration, and how incredible God is, and how much he had in play with all. So yes, so my mom is here, and today actually she was just funded for selling her house. My house is sold. This house is sold. I sold it on Open Door, which is awesome. If you have any questions about it, definitely leave them below. I'm sure there's like a referral code, but yeah, I sold it on Open Door. I didn't have to do anything. It was super easy and smooth, and I could move my closing date. So we're not moving for a couple more months, but my mom's house sold really, really quick, and she sold it to a person. So so she had to get out of there, and so she is in what was Cameron's room, my 6-year-old, and now his room is right there, and then his other stuff is like over here. I can show you. So so I was like super excited to get all my space back with the girls being out. They had one of the girls in my room, but nope, now Cameron's in here. So anyhow, yes, so we bought a house together. It's actually in the same area that we live now. Super excited. It's a 2-story. We're getting an above ground pool put in, all kinds of stuff. It has a beautiful backyard. I am so flippin' excited. So yeah, so I think that updates you on about everything. My 16-year-old is doing good. He got his permit and he's driving, and that's difficult. It's hard. It is so hard. I got my blood work back from my doctor, and I gotta go and get a CAT scan. I don't know if you can see it. I've had it since I was pregnant, so over 14 months, but it's like this lump right here, and it's not my thyroid. Oh, it's right here. And it's not my my tonsil. It's like in between. Anyways, so they want to do a CAT scan on it to figure out what's going on, but in that we got like my blood work done because it had been a year, and compared it, and I definitely have to work on eating a little bit. So yeah, I actually have like over here on my bed, I'm trying to do like menu planning and stuff. So I don't know what you guys want to watch. I mean, I don't watch my grocery hauls because they're mine. But I know those are my most popular videos. So you guys gotta let me know, it's the people who are watching this 30-minute video, you guys are invested. What do you like? Do you like the days in the life? Those were like harder to edit, but I wanted to make this video before I started like picking up and doing any kind of vlogging. I personally love going back and watching my vlogs and seeing the kids, and I don't know, it's just so fun. But I've got like menu planning stuff. I'm gonna be doing like a ton of meal prepping for me and my mom, and it's gonna be like I don't want to say keto because it's definitely not keto, but more like Mediterranean diet stuff, so low on the sugar, non-dairy for me, because my mom also has medical stuff. Oh, my allergies are out of control. So yeah, so I cook for everybody, but for her and me, prepping and stuff like that, and dinners and things like that. So if you know you guys are interested in that, I would love to get that. If you want a video of me and my mom sitting down and just talking about how amazing God is and how much he worked in the both of us to reconnect our relationship. And let's see, I mean, I think that's all. I am so grateful to each and every one of you who watches my videos, gives it a thumbs up, and leaves me a comment below. I've had so many of my past videos demonetized because I guess like a song I was using on there, even though it was from Apple and their like studio and stuff, like free music on there. I don't know, I guess somebody is claiming that it's theirs and whatever, so like a whole bunch of my videos are getting demonetized, but I'm not making $1 bajillion on YouTube or anything. But anyhow, I feel like I've blabbered enough. I think I've updated you. If you have any questions, don't forget to drop them below. Again, I'm hoping to start vlogging more. You guys are amazing. Thank you again for everything. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs. Legit stopped recording at my outro. So anyways, bye, thumbs up, subscribe, you know what to do. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.